We have got the FrostFLOW 280. Now this is an AIO water cooling unit and it's upside down. How do you like me now? Cash me outside. That was just wrong, I know. But anyway, we've got ID cooling. This is well, we've already done the Aura one, and that was a 280 version as well. Or was it a 260? 240. It was a 240. This is a 280, so it's bigger, quieter, and more beastly. But I don't know if it's got RGBs in it, because we're going to obviously put it in a case and then test it, test the temperature. This is what this video is going to be about. And if you do like this sort of content, don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and obviously put in your favourites and watch the playlist if you want to see more AIO water cooling builds and computer cases and different manufacturers of motherboards and graphics cards and all that sort of stuff. You're in the right place. But anyway, let's get on with the boxing or unboxing. I don't even like unboxing, but we're going to do unboxing. Be good if I could go into a boxing match and do some unboxing. Does that make any sense? No, I guess not. Anyway, okay, that wasn't meant to happen. So we have the instructions here. Oh, these ones are pretty decent. That looks quite cool. So it's just a big pamphlet. And it shows you an illustration of how you can put your whole motherboard with the AIO water cooling unit on there and what it does cover. This bit's in Chinese, I guess this bit's in English, which it is. It's very clean, I like it. Shows you the components that you're meant to get in the box. Excellent. It's all bagged. Oh my god, these fans are huge. But these are 140, so they're going to be big. So it's nicely packaged. You've got some absorption pads as well for the actual fan. This is massive. These are normal standard size, so they're not too thick. I've seen thicker 140s. These are PWMs as well, so it's pretty good. Get 2 sets of them, a little bit of stickers, and then you get all your accessories in here. Fits 2011 motherboards, AMD AM4s, AM3, 1151, 7075, 2066, fits everything. So we've got all the brackets. So this is a back retention bracket to go on the back of the motherboard. And we've also got a splitter. That's always handy to know in case your motherboard only fits 1 or 2 headers. This is a PWM splitter. You can split 2 in 1 header. You've got all your screws there. Look pretty cool. And then you've got your other bracket. I'm guessing it's to fit AMD. And also to fit Intel as well, but we'll have a look. You get your little thermal grease as well. Oh, I like it. It's got a little syringe. And you can actually see how much thermal grease is in there. Handy to know, because whenever I got one of these, I'm like, oh, I've got some more, and I'll go to the building and I haven't, and I've got to go down the road, and it takes ages. It's really annoying. So thank you, ID cooling. But anyway, got some screws here and some pads, as you normally would. So all your fittings as well for whatever motherboard you've got. Ooh, this looks pretty nice. So this is a radiator, obviously. But anyway, you get the bracket as well, all ready to go on Intel motherboards. And then the other ones is the AMD. It's definitely like the Aura Flow one, which is pretty cool. You've got a nice copper contact plate to actually stick to the content of the CPU. And it looks like you haven't got RGBs on the top. And this is the pump, and then you've got coolant in here, which I can hear in the radiator. The radiator is quite thin, it's not overly sized and that, and it's quite a squarish design. I do love the actual tubing though. The tubing does look really nice. And I think if you've got RGBs, in the case if you like RGBs, it's going to be nice and reflective, and it's going to show that nice little bit of a gleam with your AIO, and it's going to be a nice clean build. The tubing looks actually, to be honest with you, quite a decent length. It's quite flexible, and I don't see any problems. You can't take this apart and then put other compression fittings if you want to. You can fold these down a little bit so it's a little bit more flatter to the surface if you need more room. And you've got the pump here, which is the DC connection as well. And that's about it. We've got to really just put it in a case and get it going. There's nothing else in the box. The box is well presented and stuff like that. So the back is nicely, it's a nice copper base, so you can make sure that when the fans are actually breathing or taking in air, however you want to put it in the case. So say that you want it to exhaust heat, it's going to be exhausting heat through the fins, which is pretty decent because copper is a very good conduction for that. And if you're going to do it for intake of cool air from the front of your case. Then it will breathe cool air straight through, and it will be nice and cool through the radiator, and that's so coolant goes around the loop and actually stay nice and cool as well. So that's pretty good, and you can obviously control the fans as well. Don't know how quiet they are or anything like that, but what we're going to do, we're just going to put it in the build, and then we're going to find out how quiet it is. I'm going to let you know about test temperatures and stuff like that, and see how we get on with it. I'm going to be using an AMD 1600X, and I'll leave it not overclocked. I'll use it as stock and see how well we do. Then we'll do some synthetic benchmarks and see how well it controls with temperatures and stuff, and then yeah, we'll take it from there and give you my final thoughts at the end. So, oh, actually, first off, I've got to take this bracket off, and then we can do some testing. We're gonna do some testing. We're gonna do some testing. Moving on, I'm now going to place this in the front, and it should be okay. So basically I've got to have my fans with the orientation of intake. So that's what I'm doing right now. Then I'm just going to cable management after I put it together. Right, now for number 2, second fan. Remember to have it as an intake, and this orientation that I'm doing here. Put 2 screws in, and then work around the rest. Normally I use a hand screwdriver to show people what I'm doing, because using an electric screwdriver you could potentially break the bracket of your fan, and that's like just money just not worth losing on. I should say losing out on. Right, so that's all nicely flushed. Get the cables, put it in, front brackets on. It's got my fan splitter. Put it in the PWM required, and put it into the CPU air or AIO water cooling header. Simple as that. Right, now to put the water cooling unit on. Make sure the surface is clean, and you've got thermal pad, thermal grease underneath. And all you have to do is make sure these are hand tight, and the plate is actually on the CPU, and thermal paste is evenly placed on the actual CPU and underneath the water block. So when you know it's hand tightened like that, you don't need to go any more, because you can actually damage your components by over tightening. So that's hand tightened, hand tightened, hand tighten. And then the last bit is just to make sure you can feed it around the back here, and then connect it to the fan header, so it just gives it a bit more cable management and it looks tidier. But I will get rid of that sticker because I don't like it on there. It doesn't look very good. And that is it. That's how you assemble an AIO. There you go. That's the AIO completely assembled. Now, let's go and test it. So this is ended the review and it's concluded. It's finished. It's arrivederci. Don't hit you, kick the door, whatever the damn thing. Don't worry about that. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But tested the ID cooling. It's not too bad. It's a 280 and it runs really quiet. And it can run really loud at the same time if you've got the fans turned right up. But it does do what it's meant to do. It does keep everything cool. What do you think of the actual benchmarks? I normally use, if you look at a couple of the other videos, which I'm going to leave the link in the description down below, with the 1600X, where I'm paired up with the same sort of test all the time, with the same SSD, same power supply, and the same scenarios, just different cases, and obviously different AIO water cooling units, and maybe custom water cooling units. But I want you to see if there's any difference in change from the different benchmarks that you see through 3D Mark. So you see different scores. It might be heat. Obviously, if there's heat throttling, it's gonna definitely mess around with your performance and stuff like that. So yeah, just compare it. Leave comments down below if you want to know more information about this and all that sort of stuff. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and Instagram me, Facebook me, Twitter me. How you can me if you want to play online. If you want to know my gaming tag, comment down below and I will be there and you'll be square because you won't want to fight me in real life. Actually, it's all about the game. Sorry, I got it all completely wrong. No problem, and I'm not crazy anyway, so you know. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.